None of us can fully measure up to what society expects of us, and so everyone is insecure about something. This is the story of something that's made me insecure, how Facebook made it worse, and what I did to make it better. So the source of my insecurity is this idea that we have, that even in 2011, there is no decision a woman can make that will get her as much social support or that is as good a decision as the decision to marry a man. Now, that's not a bad choice to make. It's one that I made a few years ago. It just didn't happen to be to the right guy. Terrific guy, just not my terrific guy. And so when it fell apart after 7 years, I started to become aware of some really troublesome things. I became sort of privy to this social pressure cooker that has been foisted upon women since time immemorial, this idea that if you're not married by a certain age, you're going to start to curdle. And Facebook made this a lot worse. Well, how? It was the news feed. So Sean Parker calls the news feed a decentralized relevancy filter. What that means in plain English is that your friends tell you what's relevant, and what my friends were telling me was relevant was getting engaged. A lot of getting engaged. And, well, I didn't, I was happy for them, and I'm not crazy, so I know they weren't doing it just to make me, but it did feel a little bit like I was peeking in at a club that I no longer belonged to. But never fear, married and engaged people of the world, because that was not the worst part. The worst part was the ads. See, on Google, you tell them what you want, and then they help you find it. On Facebook, they tell you what you're supposed to want based on who you are. Things like your sex, your age, your relationship status. And so when I changed my relationship status from engaged to single, the ads got nasty. Really, really nasty. So what are some things as a newly single woman I was supposed to want? Well, I needed, apparently, to lose some weight. If you remember the muffin top ad, can you do me a favor and just boo? Can you boo? Oh, yeah, bring it. Thank you. Muffin top ad people, do you hear that? Screw you. I was also apparently supposed to want to date because, I need to, who am I really without the power that a man's attention confers upon me, right? Wait, you want me to go out and sit and talk to a stranger? I haven't done that in 7 years. Jesus Christ, and I'm not damaged enough already. And then, of course, there's the fact that I'm so broken that no one's ever going to love me, right? Because, I make too many compromises in relationships, or, I don't make enough compromises in relationships. I'm too independent. No, wait, I'm too clingy. Oh my God, I'm never going to spend $40,000 on a wedding. Never. Yeah, that was, anyway. So, they target these wedding ads to single women as well as engaged women because they're priming the pump with our lives. They really don't care if you're happy in your marriage as long as you buy a ring. So this made me sad and angry, and it got me thinking about gender tropes and targeted advertising, because advertising has always reinforced gender. But when you give marketers information about who you are, they can start telling you the same hackneyed story about who you are over and over and over and over again, and they can target it at you wherever you are online, and it's constant. And so I decided I needed to do something about it. So I can't afford a billboard in Times Square, and I can't afford a Super Bowl spot, but I can afford Facebook ads. So I started making my own. And I targeted them at women, and I started telling them the things that I wished someone had told me. Things like, my body is just fine, and I don't need to have a man to be happy with my life. And what I started to realize as I was doing this was that we really have to rise above this sort of low-hanging fruit cop-out advertising that we're doing, where we put people in boxes, we segment them and sub-segment them, and then we sell them crap based on who we think they're supposed to be. We need to raise the bar on the conversation that we have about life and the products and services that make modern life possible. I think marketing can do a lot better, and so I think that as individual citizens, now that we have the power of digital advertising in our hands, right, targeted advertising is so powerful. But it's only as good as the ideas that are being sold and the marketers that are selling the ideas. And now we all have the power to be marketers. So I encourage all of you to visit facebook.com/ads, or you can go and check out Google's ad programs, and you can buy your own ads and play with the platforms and start targeting ads at people that are like you. Anytime that someone makes you feel insecure, you now have the ability to hit back, and it's actually our responsibility to do so. So please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or Facebook or wherever else with your ideas, and thanks a lot.